Hello and welcome back to some Wednesday night ESC action. My name is James Reach 42 Davis,
Yeah, and I'm Zachary Ice Robertson.
and we are here to present tonight's second Rocket League match of the night here in the ESC with Miami University just taking a pretty rough 0-3 loss against Ball State. Nothing completely unexpected given the relative strength of Ball State and a couple of other teams here in our division, but hoping for a much better result here in our second game against Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, Eastern Michigan currently 2-5 in the ESC. We're hoping to stay above that 50% win rate in the ESC and staying within that top eight standings. As many of you may know, that top eight gets you to land this semester. So we want to make sure that we are within that top eight seating. Right now, with that 4-4 record, we're sitting pretty well in the standings. So we want to maintain that again above that 50% win rate.
Yeah, and so we're super excited to bring this gameplay to you tonight. Unfortunately, our normal student caster tonight, Dutch Churchward, is unavailable. We do still have his hairbrush. So Dutch, if you're watching and you want to come get your hairbrush at some point, uh, we will get that to you. But otherwise, yeah, we are tonight's a special staff broadcast.
Yeah, for those that don't know, James is our assistant director, and I am our head coach for the varsity program. We've casted a few times back last year and 2 years, or I guess now 2 years ago is probably the
Mhm.
last time we've been able to cast together. But we used to cast our Valorant games a long time. But this is a match that I'm really looking forward to. It's going to definitely be a test of resilience and mental fortitude for these players. I mean, they're coming off of a very tough loss to Ball State. The second game was pretty close. It was a 3-4 loss
Yeah,
there. They were up 3-2 with 20 seconds left, and then just two goals go in for Ball State. Ball State's able to rally back and lock
yeah,
in those last 20 seconds. But the other two games are pretty bad
yeah,
from our team's perspective, and so I think it's going to take a lot of mental fortitude here to come in and be just prepared for a different game, not looking back at that last loss and just moving forward against this Eastern Michigan squad. Something that I think that the team is going to need to work on, and that we've been talking with, is that third man rotation is going to be a pretty key for us to see how that they manage. And how they're going to handle rotating and playing off one another.
mhm,
Um, the defense definitely is something that has been needing to get worked on, and I think they're getting to the point. But
mhm. Yeah,
yeah,
I think it's a known issue. But yeah, it's communication and making sure that you're not sending all three people up on every single aggressive action that your team does. You do need to spread the field a little bit. You do need to be able to work the you know work empty spaces of the field, and it's about ensuring that we've got good control over boosts, making sure we're not getting demoed. I mean, there's one of the weirdest demo goal things that I've ever seen in that last match, where one of the Ball State players was air dribbling it on the other side of the ball away from a Miami player, and somehow the Ball State player demoed the goalie. And I'm not exactly sure how that happened, but it definitely happened. And
yeah,
as a result, I think that was the game that Ball State managed to tactically create a Brazil, which for those at home is a 7-1 scoreline. So we're hoping for a better result here against Eastern Michigan. Despite their 2-5 record, I definitely wouldn't want to underrate or undersell EMU's chances of pulling off an upset here. But I am very, very hopeful that Miami University is going to figure out a way to come back from a tough series and put up a very, very good result.
yeah. The EMU squad, I believe, as if I'm correct, Witch Doctor is still a part of that team, and Witch Doctor has been with that squad for a while now. And I assume it's going to be their senior year, but they've been with that squad for a good amount of time, and they've been a strong point for that Eastern Michigan team. And I think you can't underestimate the Eastern Michigan squad. Again, they've had a tough first part of the year with their ESC schedule. It should lighten up for them based off of standings. So it's all going to be dependent. Again, I think mental fortitude is going to be huge here. Coming off that Ball State loss, we need to make sure that player mentals are still up and above and still ready to compete for another title. And it sounds like we are going into game one here, folks. This is Miami University versus Eastern Michigan. It's time to lock in, everyone. Game one, we begin now.
Yeah, and man, the hype chamber is really, really cool. We were able to get this done over the summer. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, we are going live directly into gameplay, and Kachow from Eastern Michigan gets a goal within the first 13 seconds. It looks as if Witch Doctor managed to get a good pass off of the side wall there into Kachow, rising above the goalie, banking the ball right down into the goal. That's a rough start for the series for Miami.
Yeah, and again, that witch doctor again coming up in conversation right beforehand. You cannot underestimate him as a player, and especially I don't know anything about Kachow and their third, but Witch Doctor has been with that team for a while now, and the chemistry definitely can be built. So Miami cannot underestimate this squad as we are looking for an aggressive play. The shot goes through and scored by Risky, making a tied series 1-1 with 4:26 left on the clock.
Yeah, great awareness there from Risky. Really an awkward spot there for Owam there. He was sitting there on full boost, sort of like way above the goal, but he managed to create an awkward situation in front of the goal mouth that Risky was able to capitalize on. And now we've got a tied game one here in this best of 5 series. And Ozone sitting here in front of the goal mouth with a full boost meter, but gets knocked out of the way somehow, and Witch Doctor takes the lead for Eastern Michigan once again.
Yeah, kickoff went well there for Miami, but then Eastern Michigan was just able to take control immediately after that and get the ball towards Miami's net, and then only one defender to beat. Super easy for Eastern Michigan to convert there. A double on the kickoff, leaving it wide open for Eastern Michigan to take a thing, and now it's a one defender Ozone able to save it. Squiggly there to follow, but Risky able to get it cleared. OM now on an aggressive take here, but Witch Doctor is looking to clear now. Risky, another shot on the goal, but saved. OM in the corner is going to look, but right now it's looking like they're just trying to clear this out. Eastern Michigan going to get to the other side of the half.
Yeah, it looked as if Miami might be able to create a corner play there, but instead the ball is resetting here in the midfield. We've got our sort of layered 3-man rotation here with Risky taking the ball forward, and yeah, Kachow might. Oh no, Miami kind of sent the house again. They just have to beat Risky, but Risky doesn't bite on the fake. Squiggly gets the ball off of the wall and places it in such a way that maybe it could have gotten to Kachow, but Owam with the little chip shot gets shut down by Kachow, but Risky is able to finish it off with a really, really nice goal.
Yeah, able to fit in through between those two defenders from Eastern Michigan. Risky a nice little bump off of the pass from Ozone, and an awesome pass play to now tie it up 2-2. 3:23 left in the clock. Again, a kickoff going in the favor for Miami. Miami going to get an opportunity here. OWAM going for a one-on-one into the net, but now Miami with another chance. Ozone going to miss, but gets the demo onto Kachow. Now EMU needs to get a reset here. They're going to try and reset the ball over to 50, and now it's an offensive play here for Eastern Michigan.
Yeah, definitely a misstep there from Eastern Michigan. Their teammates bumping into each other, creating a really awkward situation that Miami was almost able to capitalize, but instead Ozone was only able to get the demo there. But Eastern Michigan creating a lot of pressure here in front of Miami's goal is starting to get cleared out by Ozone for now. But, Kachow sending it all the way forward. Risky manages to get the save. Witch Doctor low on boost, but Squiggly's got him covered up there in the air. Risky putting the ball back up into play, making these a bunch of 50-50 plays that Miami is low on beans at the moment on, but Ozone goes flying, tries to maybe delay the game long enough for a Miami player to get enough resources to be able to help them up in the air. Owam creating chaos here in front of the net, bumps Kachow out of the way, and Risky tries to make a shot, but it gets saved by Eastern Michigan's defense here, and Kachow is up to play the ball up to Witch Doctor again.
Yeah, Risky going to clear it back to Miami's corner now. Kachow looking for a corner play. OM going to clear it straight to the Eastern Michigan defender. Now it's going to be in a middle zone. Ozone able to clear it left. But again, Miami not with money boost, going to grab that corner boost there. But right now it's looking like Eastern Michigan. OM making an aggressive play though.
Yeah, Owam trying to make something happen out of nothing there with 0 boost. Tries to dribble it directly into Eastern Michigan's goal. Squiggly gets a nice Karam off the side net there. But unfortunately for Eastern Michigan is not able to get in. Fortunately for Miami, but Witch Doctor falls in on a really awkward defensive position there for Miami. Both Owam and Risky on that save split, going into different directions, and the ball just stayed centered,
Yeah,
so it
they
was a wide open goal.
Yeah, double committing for that first initial save. Now off the kickoff, OM going to get by, but Squiggly there to pick it up. Lucky for Eastern Michigan. We did have another demo there. Squiggly going to try and get around. Does get around the first defender. Ozone able to get it away. But again, a minute 20 is all that's left on this clock for Miami to tie this game up. But Squiggly going to put another one on the board for Eastern Michigan. And now this game is looking dangerous. Eastern Michigan looking to take this game one for Miami.
Yeah, Squiggly has been just an absolute force of chaos so far in this game. One up in the air, creating a lot of awkward situations for Miami's defense. And Miami has just not been quite on the same page yet. They are sending two ahead. I mean, they're matching 2v2 on the kickoff a little bit. Ozone able to go get the back pad and put himself in a good position to succeed here. But Eastern Michigan's defense should be able to read that, and they do, getting the deflection off and creating a little aggression of their own. Miami's going to need to figure out a way to even up this 2-goal deficit. Owam off the sidewall, doing a decent job of setting up Ozone here, and does a great job of setting up Ozone there. Great goal, great execution, great teamwork. Miami within one with 49 seconds left.
Yeah, huge bump off of that from OWAM to set up a shot for Ozone. Now 49 seconds, all that Miami needs to score another goal to send it into OT. Definitely could get 2 goals here. I mean, we saw it in that Ball State. Ball State was able to put it up to get 2 goals in 19 seconds. Miami definitely can get it. But now an open net goal here for Witch Doctor. A free one just blows by Miami's defender. 40 seconds again. Ball State was able to do it in the first series. I think we can put up together a few goals here within the 40-second mark, but not a great thing you want to see there in
Yeah,
this last minute.
I mean, Miami pulling the goalie there, basically trying to put all of their aggression forward to even up the score in the last 30 seconds there. But it was a desperation play when they didn't need to be that desperate yet. Goals can happen out of nowhere in Rocket League, and they left themselves completely wide open for a player like Witch Doctor. Miami got justifiably punished there. And it's looking a little bit rough again, although Risky, Ozone, and Owam, all three players here. Owam gets the goal off of the off the crossbar there. Great chip forward there, great pass from Ozone, hitting that hitting the crossbar. But and great follow up from Owam there. I guess we needed all three players on their side of the map there, but every time it makes me anxious. I know that.
This kickoff is crucial here, and OM actually pulls it straight out of Ball State's book. They let Eastern Michigan get the kickoff, and they take the ball. But now 6 seconds left. Miami has to keep this ball alive. It's on the side of Miami's half. It's not looking good, but there is a possible chance here. The ball is still live. It goes up again, but now it's still on Miami's half, and it's going to drop. Eastern Michigan going to be taking game one.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty rough loss to take for a game one. Obviously, this is a best of 5. We've got a lot of gameplay possibly left in the tank, but that was we very much could have sent that to OT, except for a couple of defensive lapses. And once again, it's this over aggression. It's sending the house and making desperation plays in situations in which we don't need to be doing that. I think it's better to be a little bit more solid defensively rather than worry about stuff like that. And here we've got some replays of that risky goal tying things up. Ozone with this just pass to Risky there on the front of the net. With this setup here for Ozone, making it really awkward for Eastern Michigan's 2 defensive players there in the way. And then that side net thing that was almost a goal just for Ozone, but it's the crossbar is always be the MVP in these kinds of matches.
Yeah, and something to note, Witch Doctor again sitting up on the top of the scoreboard for Eastern Michigan, and that is the player that we highlighted here going into this matchup. Can't not take away what Witch Doctor has done for Eastern Michigan as his time has been there. He's been one of their staple players, and so no surprise that Eastern Michigan able to take the game one here against Miami. That 2-5 record, it's 2-5, but there's capable players on this roster for Eastern Michigan. So Miami's going to have to battle it out. Again, mental fortitude here for Miami. They cannot let that game one determine the rest of these games in the series. As Miami goes for an aggressive play again off the bat, gets Risky his first goal again in this game two.
Yeah, Risky getting frisky with it off of this assist from Owam, creating like a series of little lob shots. Really, really tricky for Eastern Michigan's defense to try to figure out. And, when the ball is coming in from that angle, if you're stationary in front of the goal mouth, figuring out the exact way to contort your car to block it is so difficult. And now we've got a little bit of possible aggression with corner play here from Eastern Michigan, putting it above the goal net, which above the top bar has been a really dangerous spot here for players like Kachow on the side and Squiggly on the side of Eastern Michigan. But no, Risky is able to. Eastern Michigan plays a little bit too close together here, and it's created a situation in which both Risky and Owam had possible open net shots, but Ozone instead opting to go get the big pad, Risky getting his own big pad. So we've got a lot of boost priority here on Miami while Ozone goes and tries to find his own. It's just a question of, can Miami safely clear it and take possession here as the play shifts here.
Yeah, and Ozone with a full 100 boost. Risky in that is going to go after the ball. Ozone, OWAM able to clear it out into the corner, but now a demo could
Woo!
lead to dangerous things for Miami, but Eastern Michigan going to get it through. The shot misses, and OWAM now going to get demoed as well, but at least the ball is now around that 50 marker as Ozone's going to get it towards Eastern Michigan's side. Squiggly going to clear it into the right side corner of Miami, but now Miami's back on the defensive. The demos no longer apply, but Kachow able to take a near free shot there.
That was odd. Yeah, bit of an own goal there from Owam. If he had not jumped for that at all, the ball would have cleared its own way towards Eastern Michigan. But unfortunately, just a miscue there for Miami University, tying this game back up. And it's these little
Oh,
mistakes that are really, really punishing Miami's season right now, I guess. Um, we had the series against Northern Illinois 2 weeks ago. I think there were like 3 own goals total in that series. And it's something that Miami needs to be working on as Squiggly gets another goal to put Eastern Michigan ahead in this game too. And Miami needs to dig themselves out of danger, and they need to make sure that they're not panicking and creating more danger for themselves.
yeah, it seems just another little late rotation there for Ozone to get up in the air for that save. But again, it's just like you only need one defender to beat uh, for Eastern Michigan, and they're able
Cool.
to do so. Now, Ozone able to go get some 50s, able to win some, puts
Cool.
it Miami at a advantageous state, but now
Risk
Risky,
with
0 boost though, is going to get cleared, but OWAM gets a touch, actually still able to keep this ball going towards the net, and we're going to get a shot. Risky, able to score it, making it 2-2 now. The score column going to tie it up with 2 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock.
Great job there playing the ball there in front of Eastern Michigan's goal mouth, making it really awkward to tell where exactly the danger is going to come from on the shot opportunity there. All credit to Owam and Risky on that play. I mean, they're doing what they can. It's just, can they remain defensively solid? I say that as all 3 members of Miami's team are up here on the offensive side. And I mean, there's no such thing as a miss in Rocket League. There are only fakes. But, it's, I don't know. We had all 3 people right there, and nobody was quite in a position to capitalize off of that. But the ball has been cleared over to Eastern Michigan side. They've got possession for a second, but, the way Rocket League works, nobody keeps possession for long.
Yeah, and now the ball is thing towards this Eastern Michigan side. The pressure is on them to get this clear. Ozone's going to try and make the play, keep it alive in front of the net. Risky able for a shot, but saved by Squealy. Witch Doctor going to go up, use the rest of their boost to maybe put a shot on the net for Miami. Good save by Ozone. OM now going to get to the side of Eastern Michigan. Keep this play alive. He beats one defender, gets one touch towards the middle. Risky going up, but Kachow able to clear it. Ozone now trying to continue this play. Risky now up in there again. OWAM there for the third. Ozone needs to get back now, and it's able to clear it into the corner. A great clear from Ozone. Going to pick up that 100 in the corner, go up in the air, and now keep the aggression of live for Miami. A good double touch here from Miami. Do we get a shot? Risky going to score it again. That's 3 goals now for Miami. I think Risky has scored all 3.
I think he has. I mean, great teamwork there from Ozone, creating the air dribble play that allowed Risky to capitalize off of the bank shot off of the back wall. I think a lot of teams, when they see the air dribble play coming, they assume that it's going to be a direct shot. But the way Ozone played it, it was off the side wall to the trailing player, and the trailing player was able to get an open opportunity on the goal mouth there. and just a great team effort there. I can't applaud that one enough.
Yeah, another OWAM's going to be whiffing on this aerial, but Miami's got to get here. No one's in net currently. Miami's going to back up, but the aggression is in Eastern Michigan's favor. Risky only 50 seconds. Miami needs to hold on here. They have that 1 goal lead. You got to play it defensively. They're going to get it over in Eastern Michigan's corner. They're going to look to add another goal onto this. And what a great pin through onto the ground. OWAM going to splice it into the goal for Miami, giving that 2 goal lead with 48 seconds left. What?
Nice little pinch there off the ground. I mean, credit to Ozone there on the sidewall boost pad play. He was able to create, I think it was Kachow, he made really awkward. And he was unable to stop Miami's aggression there. But Oam basically coming up out of the ceiling, able to create a goal where realistically there probably shouldn't have been one. And Ozone looking to do a little bit more air dribbling himself, but ends up sort of, getting into a rule one with the wall for half a second. But, it is what it is. All right.
Oh,
Eastern Michigan creating a dangerous situation here in front of Miami's net, but it looks as if, Miami's defense might be up to the task. Obviously, Witch Doctor able to get a full boost pad off of this rotation, and Kachow able to create a good pass there for Witch Doctor, but it's not on target, and Miami slowing things down in the corner here. Always do appreciate these cycling corner plays when we get the opportunity to create them. And it looks as if the ball is dead and Miami University has taken game two, evening this one out to a 1-1.
yeah, our fourth defender there really went hard. The goalpost itself saving Miami from potentially getting into a little bit of risky business, but Risky able to get it down, 3 goals, one assist,
Yeah.
Risky doing amazing things on the offensive level, and that's what you expect from that rotation too. Is kind of you have Owame and Ozone putting on that pressure to get into a pass for Risky in the middle, and he was able to confirm 3 goals for Miami. Again, we see some of these goals here. Risky able to start it off strong in this even the first 15 seconds of the game, and a great pass from OM.
Yeah.
Able to get a lot of amazing touches there to get past those like the 50s on the defenders, and
Hmm.
able to set Risky up really well. Again, that
Whew.
was insane. But
Yeah. What a nice slice.
Miami able to take up game two, now 1-1. I think we're seeing that mental fortitude here. They're able to get past this. I think they're confident, especially off that OWAM play.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, they just had to get their stuff back together. I mean, really good teamwork. I believe almost all of those goals were assisted on the side of
yes.
Miami. Really good aerial play there out of Ozone. And it looks as if we're about to go on to kickoff of game three. This series is even 1-1 as we're about to get into this. Let's see how many people they send forward. It's a 1v1 with Oam as the trailing man. Does give possession over to Witch Doctor at the end, but Risky picks up the big boost pad. Oam grabs the sidewall one and creates an aerial situation that Kachow is able to capitalize for a second. Witch Doctor able to continue the momentum forward there for the side of Eastern Michigan, but Squiggly got taken out in a demo, and now Miami has some prio over this goal mouth, and Risky,
Oh,
oh my goodness, but all of Eastern Michigan's defense there bit off of the first opportunity. Risky has been the master of second chances, but unfortunately, the game went the other way, and, you know, this 1-2 play, or
what a
even just a,
bump right here.
just bumped the goalie out of the way. Risky not able to track back in time. Kachow, as the trailing man, would have made that a dangerous situation, even if Miami had been able to knock the first attempt out of the way.
Yeah, that was an incredible ones play there from Squiggly. OM actually going to go past the Kachow now. Oh, wide open net, a possibility here, but
Ooh.
Ozone able to save it off of the pinch onto Kachow. Ozone going to look for a few more plays with 0 boost. Witch Doctor is back in goal, ready to take this ball, but it whiffs. OM able to get this score, 100 boost on Witch Doctor, and you don't see that very often from him. You're
Yeah,
OM able to get past him even with that 100 boost. Ozone was there with the follow-up, but still, that should have been cleared majority of the time.
yeah. I mean, it's like hockey. You just have to put pucks on net, and sometimes chaos in front of the net happens, and one slips through that really shouldn't. In that opportunity, like in that situation, that one probably should not have gone in. But full credit to Miami for creating the pressure in front of the goal mouth for that 1-2 work, and for mind controlling Witch Doctor to whiff. Now Risky with this aerial dribble gets made awkward by Squiggly a little bit, but both OWAM and Ozone are trailing. Looking at this Kachow air dribble that gets knocked down into the corner. They're looking to maybe set up a corner rotation. Nope. Ozone gets the clear. Doesn't have any boost to follow this up, though. But Risky and possibly OWAM should be available to make this an awkward situation for Eastern Michigan's defense.
Yeah, clear into the middle. Nobody is back, but they are able to get it into the corner. Ozone able to win that 50, but Witch Doctor's there with half boost, is going to try and get this cleared. There, Eastern Michigan is going to clear it through the middle, but this is going to set up Risky for an aerial attempt. But no, Eastern Michigan able to get it back over to Miami side. The pressure is on now as it's in the middle with a wide open net. And
Okay.
Kachow, the third, is going to follow up after our fourth defender of the goalpost did save us there for a few seconds. But
Yeah.
Kachow, a great shot onto net. Going to put Eastern Michigan up 2-1 with 3 minutes left now for Miami to figure this out.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Ozone there, you're kind of kicking yourself a little bit that the third attempt went in there. But the angles off of the goalpost were so awkward there that, like, I completely get that the mental math was not mathing. And Kachow manages to get another goal here, basically off of the kickoff, off of some awkward 50s, giving Kachow this really killer angle here. And once again, when you're stationary there in front of the goal net, it can be really hard to make some of these saves happen.
And that was a crazy angle for the shot from Kachow, and I don't think Ozone was really expecting it for a shot on the net like that. Squiggly going to go through, and again, it's the ball on Miami side, but OWAM gets a chance at an aerial here, is going to put it down, try and do it once again, but now a shot from Risky on the follow-up is going to put it 2-3. Miami still staying within that 1-goal chance here.
Yeah, it's that trailing man again. Both Squiggly and Kachow have to be a little bit mad themselves about missing, the second chance off of all of that. But great awareness there from OWAM, creating an aerial play that Risky could capitalize on like that. And Miami has consistently been very good at assisted goals throughout this series, and that is the kind of thing that you like to see. I mean, if they can start cutting out some of the own goals, like, the passing has been great.
Yeah, and again, the pressure has been on Eastern Michigan here this entire game 3, it feels like. As we see another shot on, but Kachow able to finally. Kachow has been lightning in this this game 3 for Eastern Michigan as the pressure continues. Ozone going to get demoed by Witch Doctor. Miami is going to probably get a reset here, but 51 here by Owen keeps the pressure up. But now a pass to Kachow, then the Witch Doctor gets a free demo here. Ozone going to be able to get back in the goal, though, and OWAM, a huge 50, going to win and going to clear it back. And the pressure still, Miami, keeping it on the Eastern Michigan.
All right. I mean, oh, goodness. Squiggly making an individual play happen out of nowhere with that air dribble. I mean, I was about to commentate on the fact that Ozone managed to get demoed twice in that play sequence, and it did definitely hurt Miami, but it didn't completely kill their tempo. But in that last play, not having any boost whatsoever to match K Squiggly, it made it very, very awkward for the last man back to track it and cancel out that air dribble play. And now Miami off of the half wall, sending the full house again. Although Ozone is tracking back to go get that full boost pad. OWAM knocking the ball down off of the corner, creating an awkward angle there for Eastern Michigan's defense. But it's a series of 50s that Miami appears to be temporarily winning. But Witch Doctor queuing the ball up there for Kachow. But Miami's third man and OWAM are able to create a awkward possible situation there in front of the goal mouth again. But I don't know, Eastern Michigan starting to tighten up their defense again, I say, as they're all in that corner kind of awkwardly and leaving the goal open.
And a shot now for Risky, but something I was going to say, since that kickoff, Miami was really managing the boost and stealing a lot of the boost away from Eastern Michigan, kind of suffocating them there. And that's why we saw such aggression there for that entire goal. And now you have 57 seconds. They were able to do that within a minute. And so you have 1 goal, your disadvantage here. Miami's going to continue with this pressure on the side of Eastern Michigan. Some more boost stolen. And we're seeing Eastern Michigan with an open net right now. OM just needs to win a few of these 50s. He gets a bump. And it's open up for Risky, but Risky 0 boost, just kind of trailing. Going to go for a 0 boost play, but loses it.
That
but
fakes it.
Ozone gets it.
Yeah, risky zero boost, faking it over, really hoping that the left pad was going to be open. A
Ooh.
really, really slow shot from Owam almost goes in.
Oh.
Another shot from Risky off the crossbar, and then Owam, third attempt, gets it. We are tied up again. This series has been tremendously close. As once again, I mean, the goalpost has been the most valuable player here, I think, in this game. But I mean, great second attempts, great third attempts. Uh, good awareness of the angles to approach a lot of these plays from. And I mean, I think Eastern Michigan has done a good job of playing, flashy individual things, whereas Miami has put in a very solid team effort to make this goal count even.
Yeah, and again, Miami being super aggressive, even with these 9 seconds left. You got to be careful here. I'd really like just to send this into overtime, if I'm being honest. Let the
Yeah.
overtime decide this. But they were sending all three, it felt like, with no one in the goal. And we do get this overtime, but this game three is massive. You get a 2-1 lead in the series. You only need one game to put it away. And so whoever gets this is really in the driver's seat for the rest of the series. It puts a huge mental advantage on to against your opponents. As we now a 4-4 overtime.
Yeah, I mean this is really really close as
Woo!
three members of Miami's defense are there to stop that one off, and luckily it doesn't get cleared in front of the goal net, which that helps me. But Witch Doctor gets it. He puts in the dagger, and Eastern Michigan takes this one in overtime, 30 seconds in. The craziest part of all of that overtime to me was that Witch Doctor got demoed in the first like 5 seconds, and then immediately after he came back, he was able to aerial off of his starting boost and head off Miami's aggression and basically set up what remained of all of that play.
Yeah, that game though, Squiggly and Kachow really played extremely well. I mean, these games again super close. We have Oam and Risky up in the with the 2 goals as well, and just a few minor mistakes
Hmm.
determining this game. Eastern Michigan now in the again, like I said, in that driver's seat, winning game three. Now Miami has to win this game four, or else the series is over. We have to get to this game five if you're Miami. This mental fortitude that I've been continuously bringing up, it is super important for them to stay mentally strong here as we head into this game four, because now you're thinking that this Eastern Michigan squad is only one game away from potentially putting you below a 50% win rate in the conference.
Yeah, and Miami, we've had a very very strong start to the season, but you need to keep. A strong start can only do so much. You have to be consistent throughout the year in order to make it to playoffs, and teams like Eastern Michigan are teams that you need to be able to beat if you're going to make it to that next level. Because once again, even though they are sitting at 2-5 at the moment, I mean, skill wise, this Eastern Michigan team is not a slouch. But if you want to prove that you deserve to be 5-4, you need to be able to beat the teams that are sitting at 2-5.
Yeah, absolutely. As we're going to start this game four kickoff immediately, we already see a demo go in this favor of Miami. OM going to go up to challenge this aerial, but the 50 is actually won here by Eastern Michigan. Eastern Michigan just going to get into a corner play here. A big aerial here, going to put it into the middle. Risky going to try and clear it out, but Witch Doctor there. And
Yeah.
it kind of just awkward a pass setup here from Witch Doctor, but nothing really happening as we do see it getting closer and closer to this Miami goal, but Miami now in possession.
Yeah. I mean, Eastern Michigan was able to create a lot of pressure taking Miami's boost pads there. But Ozone creating an awkward situation that Risky was almost able to capitalize on again. Where is Oam to capitalize off of that? There he is, third man in. Meanwhile, Risky tracks back to go get a full boost pad, gets dribbled over by Squiggly, and Ozone unable to deal with the shot. Unfortunately, does go in, giving Eastern Michigan the early goal lead. And just an awkward spot there. I mean, he was within inches of you know knocking the ball up over the net. Now it did seem as if Eastern Michigan might have had Prio on the second chance there, but still, that's a save that you really want back if you are on the side of Miami. And now kickoff goes through. Eastern Michigan with the aggression again, uh, starting to get knocked out. Risky passing over to Oam off the sidewall, passing it back in, and Squiggly does get to clear it out. Ozone gets a nice little shot there. Owam going back in. Ozone and Owam. It's weird having two names that are bad. Yeah. Anyway, uh, but Squiggly making this great save here with a lot of boost. Does get negated there by OWAM, and then Ozone playing the aerial play does get it off of the side of the net again. OWAM trying to center the ball for either Ozone or Risky to capitalize on, but both of them are back in Miami's half of the field looking for boost, looking for beans. Witch Doctor does get a demo on Miami's side of the map, but meanwhile, Ozone is flipping the ball over. Squiggly takes out Risky, and now Witch Doctor, Kachow, and Eastern Michigan is sort of in the driver's seat for now.
Yeah, and it's been kind of a lot of demos this game so far that we've seen. I feel like a little bit more than the previous ones. Eastern Michigan really using those demos to reset the field and try and get their own possession here, and it's kind of working. Now they're in Miami's half. OM going to try and clear this over. Witch Doctor on a full 100 going to get this out of the corner. Going to try and beat a defender, but actually gets cleared here to Chow now. Sends it into the middle for a shot, but the shot is going to go awry. OWAM now going to try and get it past this 50 marker for Miami.
Yeah, great touch there from OWAM, putting the ball up where Miami could possibly capitalize it. The slowest shot in the world gets taken care of by Kachow, unfortunately for Miami. OWAM is set up here again to defend the net. Goes up in the air for the aerial, but Squiggly beats him to it. I'm not sure exactly if he would have been able to get to that anyway, but Risky with the air roll, able to direct the ball towards the net very, very well. Unfortunately, Miami's still not able to capitalize. Ozone bounces the ball off of the half wall, but Kachow and we've got Squiggly here as the trailing man, creating an awkward situation that Witch Doctor is almost able to take advantage of until OWAM wins the 50 and puts it there in front of the net for either Risky or Ozone to capitalize on, but no, it's to the side wall. We're going to see if Miami can try to even this goal score up at a 1-1 game, but Squiggly is up.
Yeah.
OWAM knocks it down, thankfully not doing another own goal like we saw in, I think, game 1, game 2?
Game 2. And Ozone's actually going to score that off the ceiling, but I was going to say the pressure's on there for Miami to score here. You're down one game away from losing the entire series. You only have a minute or two left in this series, in this game, and the pressure was on to them. And Ozone able to luckily find that goal here for Miami. Now tying it up, at least you have a chance with overtime here. Another demolition off the bat here. Two demolitions already through from both sides. And so now, again, pressure's reset. Now over towards Miami's corner. Risky going to get the initial touch, but going to fake it Squiggly with a full 100 boost. Pretty terrifying there in Miami's corner, but now going to get cleared over to Eastern Michigan. And again, we just kind of see this kind of ping pong style of gameplay where the ball just keeps going into each corner and keeps getting sent back immediately. It feels like nobody really has possession.
Yeah.
As we just kind of just are seeing who can really get a chance at an aerial play here. As Ozone going in for it, gets a good bounce off the wall, and then a shot. Risky going to be able to score it.
Yeah, great play off of the wall there from Ozone. Dribbling it while riding the wall is absolutely insane. It's that back wall. Ozone is very, very good at banking the ball off of that back wall in such a way that his Miami teammates can capitalize on it. And there we saw it again. Another assisted goal here from Miami. People not necessarily making goals happen out of nowhere, but through team play. And Eastern Michigan puts the ball into a dangerous position, but Miami was able to rescue it for now. Squiggly going up with full boost. He's not able to dribble it to himself, but he does get it over to Witch Doctor. A little bit of overlap there from Eastern Michigan, maybe playing a little bit too close to themselves. And Miami's got a little bit of tempo here as they put the ball into the corner, maybe looking to slow the game down a little bit. They just need to make sure that we don't get scored on for the next 12 seconds, and Miami will be able to tie this series up. However, 7 seconds is an eternity in this game. As OWAM goes up and saves the shot from Kachow, we've got 1 second for it to hit the ground. Witch Doctor puts it back up, Risky kills it, and that game is over. We are at tie game 2-2.
We have a game 5 on our hands. We are looking forward to a game 5. This is, what can we ask for? With James and I back on the cast, we get a game 5 for Miami versus Eastern Michigan. I can't ask anymore. Ozone really showing out there. His skills and his passing there are huge in game 4 for Miami. Able to seal that one. A really low-scoring game there for game 4, something that I really wasn't expecting. And honestly, really happy it was because it goes in Miami's favor. But I was very surprised to see that kind of low scoring defensive game. But it was very much like the ping ponging style of that game four. It just everyone was clearing it to each person's corner,
Hmm.
and nobody was really taking control. And right when I said that, I guess I kind of cast or cursed it, but
Yeah,
because then Ozone was able to finally take control on that wall, get a
yeah.
great pass over, and
And
we're going to get to
that
see
shot, this
this
shot was
shot.
insane.
Witch Doctor not prepared for that to be on net. And then again, Ozone here, great pass to Risky. Risky almost getting a touch from EMU's defender, but not able to save it. Gives Miami that 2-1 lead here, or 2-1 win in game four. Now we get to head into game five.
Yeah, I almost wonder if it's a small matter of conditioning here. All of those long range, weird sort of bank passes off of the back wall. Eventually, you get into a weird situation like that first goal there from Miami, where you shoot it from across the map essentially, and it goes right in. As we go into kickoff of game five, you have bought the seat, but you're only going to need the edge as Owam here gets pressure onto the goal net, but Squiggly able to aerial correctly in order to bring it down. Now Risky setting up Ozone for a possible goal opportunity. Owam, the third man trailing in, is able to rotate in, get it over to Ozone, who scores for Miami, putting us at a 1-0 lead here in game five of this best of five series. Now, Miami firmly in the driver's seat of this series. Good awareness there to go over the half court line basically to follow up on the front net play as two people from Miami go forward, creating a bit of an awkward situation there. Ozone, the only person back who can defend this net. Fortunately, the ball was over the goalpost to begin with, and Ozone was positioned perfectly to negate that play. Witch Doctor clearing it out towards Kachow, who is here on the sidewall, could possibly create a delayed dribble play in order to bring Witch Doctor or Squiggly up to speed on what Eastern Michigan's offense wants to do here. Now, Miami, gets the touch to clear it back over to Eastern Michigan's side. Kachow blocks that one off for now, and we're getting back into a bit of a ping pong game as Kachow, full boost off of the wall, sets it up almost for Ozone, but Squiggly's got the first contact on it. Risky almost getting a touch as well. Owam weirdly getting a backward touch, but it is what it is. Gets the pass to his teammate, and we are here stuck sort of at half court. All three members of Eastern Michigan have sent the house. Ozone just needs to get the ball in front of Witch Doctor here in order to score a goal, but on zero boost, Witch Doctor is able to boot scoot his way over to block off the net there. Ozone makes the shot happen, gets the goal. Miami up 2-0 here in game five.
Another huge touch from OM there to center it up for Ozone. Risky able to bump Squiggly out of the way, and that just opens up the net for Ozone to finish it off. 2-0. I was going to say in that first goal, OWAM, huge play there at the end to set up another shot by Ozone. We are going to whip, though. It's going to leave up a chance. Ozone there again. That's happened twice now where the net has been opened up and Ozone's just there to take Eastern Michigan just not able to capitalize on it, and Ozone able to clear it out. But it's been getting really close here. Again, Miami feeling comfortable, though, in this game 5. 2-0 lead with 3 minutes left. Kachow, though, it's on Miami's half of the field. They're going to be able to beat Squiggly with full boost. This is another chance for Miami. It's in the middle, but Witch Doctor able to clear it over to the right side.
Yeah, now Witch Doctor off of the ceiling. Now, but he clears it right down to Risky, who's able to make an awkward situation that Owam has an opportunity at the goal net, goes above the crossbar. Witch Doctor clears it to the side, looking for Eastern Michigan to capitalize, but they're playing Bumblebee soccer right now. All three members of Eastern Michigan's side on the ball, realizing that they're too bunched up, sort of spread the table real quick, and now Risky fakes. I mean, you really want that hit towards the goal mouth if you can get it, but trying to reset Miami's offense here. Risky trying as well. Witch Doctor, though, gets the first touch. Kachow gets the second touch. Ozone with the big save.
Yeah, huge save there from Ozone. Still needs to get cleared, though, here from OWAM, but another good touch from Squiggly. Witch Doctor going to be able to follow this up. Risky off the top, though. But the shot goes through. Squiggly able to bounce it off of Ozone's front car, and that is going to be now a 2-1 goal lead here for Miami. Eastern Michigan knocking at the door. They're trying to make this game 5 go into an OT. And they're putting it up. They're making it hard for Miami to win this series.
Yeah, Risky. They're playing above the goal on the wall there. It makes it interesting. Like there can be some awkward angles if you hit the ball off of that, but unfortunately he teed teed the EMU offender basically right up by clearing the ball directly down into the Eastern Michigan car. And now Ozone putting the ball onto the net, but is not able to get the second touch. Oam goes in and gets the second touch himself, but unfortunately, Witch Doctor's got possession of the ball and full boost, gets 2 touches on it before he gets knocked out by Ozone. But Eastern Michigan trying to figure out if they can slow it down in the corner. Ozone, great aerial play, great awareness. Now, Eastern Michigan's defense did track back a little bit, but this is still a very vulnerable position for them as Risky tries to go straight up to contest the 50, but Squiggly already had momentum and the touch. Creates a
Oh, great
weird
touch.
spot there for Ozone, but great, great vertical there to try to keep it from happening. But unfortunately, Kachau is able to get the goal, and Oam is not able to get the final save that could have kept Miami's lead
Yeah.
solid.
What a touch there by Squiggly to set that ball up into the middle for Kachow from Eastern Michigan. I mean, that was a heck of a touch off the backboard there, and now it puts 2-2 tie with a minute 17. Uh, this is what I was kind of expecting for Game 4, if I'm going to be honest, and now we're seeing it in Game 5. It's going to be Eastern Michigan now putting the pressure on Kachow with another open shot here. Witch Doctor up in the air. OWAM able to save it though, but man, the pressure is on here for Miami. The winner of this again, Eastern Michigan becomes 3-5. Miami can go 5-4, and OWAM able to make the goal off of an aerial. Great aerial play here from OWAM.
Yeah,
And look at this.
Yeah, great setup there from Risky, putting it in a position where Oam up there on the top wall was able to boost his way into it, create a shot from an awkward angle, and Eastern Michigan is just not able to handle it. So once again, great teamwork there from the side of Miami. Now Ozone needs to go up to negate this offense here from Eastern Michigan. Gets the ball forward. Eastern Michigan sent the house, and Ozone is able to clean up in front of an empty net. Once again, the danger of not having a third man track back. Now, of course, Eastern Michigan has been feeling the pressure. 40 seconds left, have to make up the goal deficit. But they sent everybody forward, and nobody was able to help.
A huge
Yeah,
kickoff read from Miami there. Ozone cheating up towards that for that pass play. Massive and in favor for Miami. Now 2 goals up with 30 seconds left. All you have to do is hold strong. And look at this, another aggressive play here for Miami to get it towards the corner. They're going to clear it to the other side. Risky should be able to get a touch here. No, but OWAM is going to try its best. Now towards Eastern Michigan's goal side. 20 seconds left. Miami, all they need is 20 seconds. Witch Doctor, though, going to get a chance. Put it into the middle.
Ooh.
Risky able to save it, though. 15, 14. It's ticking down
Yeah,
for Eastern Michigan to get 2 goals here. But here is another chance. 8 seconds, though, and it's
yeah,
looking like now Miami is setting this game 5 into stone.
yeah. I don't think that Eastern Michigan can make up the 2 goal deficit here. Witch Doctor almost making a really, really good assist play off of the top of the front net himself. But luckily, or I mean, not luckily, just skillfully, Risky is able to read the pass option and shuts down Eastern Michigan's aggression there perfectly with about 12 seconds left in the game. So that means that Eastern Michigan did not have that final opportunity to get themselves back into the series and force it to overtime. And Miami is able to take the series 3-2, improving the record to 5-4, getting back into the positive.
Yeah, a big series win here for Miami. We get a huge, definitely did not want to lose that series after a really rough first series today against Ball State. And I think that mental fortitude really did come in at the end there. Uh, the team stayed strong, able to play through it, push through a few overtime games as well, and get that Game 5 win. I mean, Game 5 is that's the hardest it can be for them. And it was that 2-2 lead. I mean, the 2-2 in Game 5 really was coming down to the wire there until the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And Miami finally able to capitalize there on that kickoff to give that 2 goal advantage. Definitely, if I felt the weight come off my shoulders, so I know
Yeah.
that it definitely did for them as well. The Eastern Michigan, though, I mean, they have great promise. I think after watching a lot of this, and we get to see some of these Game 5.
Yeah.
Another open net there at the start off the game, but a great setup there for Ozone to give that 2 goal bit. Eastern Michigan was able to claw this back. They made it. It was 2-0 to 2-2, and then Miami gets that 3-2 lead. But then again, that kickoff play, like we mentioned,
Yeah.
Ozone gonna finish it off for Miami. Overall, I thought Ozone Owen was able to played excellent today from this game for this series specifically. He's one of my highlighted players.
Yeah.
But a lot of great 50s won from OWAM and Risky did score a lot of goals for us in those first 3 games
Yeah.
in the series.
Yeah, full credit to Risky on his positioning throughout the series there. Was able to clean up on a lot of second
Yeah.
and third opportunities, a situation in which, some players might have just missed it entirely. I mean, I know I would have, but also I'm a really poor Rocket League player. Anyway, great comeback here from Miami. And once again, I just full credit to Eastern Michigan squad. They were able to play this one very, very close. And fortunately, Miami able to stay strong, not folding to the pressure. And I definitely, one of these things that I'd like to see is in these last 40-second situations, last 50-second situations, is just, ensuring that you're still playing solid Rocket League, still respecting all areas of the map and not trying to full send the house every single time, because it creates some really, really weird situations when there's like a 1 goal deficit.
Yeah.
And Eastern Michigan definitely faltered at the very end because of that. But anyway, that has been our broadcast for tonight. Unfortunately, once again, we were not able to broadcast game one because the Esports Collegiate Conference was able to handle that for us. I mean, thankfully to them. Um, but yeah, this was our second game of our doubleheader for this week. We will be back next week with a little bit more Rocket League action. Hopefully, this time with a student on the cast
Yeah.
instead of us old geezers. And
But
looking forward to it.
but yeah, and we get to face off against a familiar opponent for James, his alumni. Bowling Green State is next week, along with Buffalo, the University of Buffalo, and then we finish off the season the week after against Akron. So those are our last 3 opponents for the ESC season. I hope that you all tune in for all 3 of them. But we appreciate everyone that's been in attendance tonight. We have again Valorant action next week as well. We have our Valorant team has been performing really well as this year too, and are doing pretty solid in ESC,
Yeah.
and have definitely a shot at that top 8. But we haven't seen, I haven't heard anything about BGSU's Rocket League roster. But Buffalo, we didn't even get to face last season because they ended up forfeiting their match. So
Yeah.
it's going to be an interesting first. Our series next week are definitely going to be interesting for this Rocket League team, but they hopefully coming out with 2 victories to set us up to be in that top 4 standing here in the
Hmm.
ESC would be massive heading into playoffs.
For sure.
But
I do think next Tuesday is Valorant's makeup week.
it
So
is.
we do
You're
not have
correct.
a Valorant cast next Tuesday or Thursday. But the week after that, we do have Ball State, or no, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Ball, which is going to be one of the biggest matchups in that Valorant season. Really, really looking forward to seeing that one as well. This Saturday, we should be returning. Oh, wait. We may be returning with more Overwatch Collegiate Homecoming, depending on our student availability as far as our casters and producers go. Hopefully, bringing you some Overwatch Collegiate Homecoming.
It
Uh,
is fall break for us,
yeah,
so
it is fall break, so we may not have full availability, but we enjoy bringing our Miami University esports broadcasts to you, and we hope you continue to support us. Follow us on Twitter.com or X.com or whatever it is nowadays /RedHawksGG, or you can find us on Instagram as well at the Redhawks GG page. If you want more information about the program, you can find our website at redhawks.gg. Um, and yeah,
or you can email us at esports@miamioh.edu.
yeah, and we will get back to you promptly, I suppose. But it's been a pleasure casting some Rocket League for you tonight. I have been James Reach 42 Davis,
I've been Zach Ice Robertson.
and we will catch you next time.